Mr. Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharya Visesa Sunya Badi Postata Sitare Navam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Putaya Putala Simati Bhakti Dhira Swami Namaste Krishna Padaya Upada Shitarmeshi Gaura Karana Sakti Bhakti Titanami Mama Gyana Timrandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurumita Tasmei Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtan Sakitam Jana Putale Swayam Rupa Kadam Maham Dadati Swaparantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Purnitananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Hare Krishna. So this afternoon we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Bhakti Yoga, Chapter 29 and Text 6. Naivo Panyanta Pachitim Kavayastapesa Brahma Yusa Pikritam Brita Buddha Smaranta Yonta Bahistanutam Asubham Vidonubam Acharya Chaitya Vapusa Swagatim Dhyanati. Translation. O my Lord, transcendental poet and expert in spiritual science, could not fully express their indebtedness to you. Even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma, for you appeared in two futures, externally as Acharya and internally as a super soul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. Purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, Lord Krishna is 10 million times more dear to a devotee than life itself. And according to Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura, even by rendering devotional service for the total duration of 1,000 universal creations, a devotee cannot repay the debt he feels to the Lord for having awarded him loving service to the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord appears within the heart as a super soul and externally both as the spiritual master and as his literally incarnation, the supreme Vedic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, reading the verse, reading this verse, if we take it even right from the translation, you can take it from the translation. Oh my Lord, transcendental poet and expert in spiritual science, could not fully express their indebtedness to you. Those who are enlightened the pure devotees always feel indebtedness to Krishna. Always. And I'm just remembering in Divine Grace, the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said that the devotees of Lord Chaitanya are peon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it nicely. P-E-O-N, peon. Peon? Is that correct? Pronunciation? Marla?
Sorry, sir. Could you say it again? What correct translation? Pronunciation?
Peon. Is it peon? P-E-O-N.
Peon. I have no idea. I don't know the word, sir. P-E-O-N?
Yes, I will explain. Don't worry.
Oh, peon. Yeah, peon. Yes, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Like Bhakti Dhira Saraswati Thakur, he said, we are peon of Lord Chaitanya. And what is that peon? Peon means we are debtors who cannot pay our debt. We are debtors who cannot pay our debt. That is our position. And pure devotees, they have this very deep in their mind, in their consciousness, that we are peon. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is peon, or Guru is peon. We are not able to pay our debt because we don't have the resources, the money to pay the debt. This is how pure devotees see themselves. And therefore it is mentioned that even if we have the duration of Brahma's life multiplied all over, Lord Brahma lives for 4,320,000,000 years. That is Brahma's, Brahma's life. 4,320,000,000 years. That is Brahma's life. Multiply that all over, again and again and again. Still, we will not be able to pay the debt. Why? Why our debt is so powerful that we cannot pay? So Bishop Chakravarti Thakura explained. Bishop Chakravarti Thakura explained the reason. He said, Krishna, you appeared externally as a mantra guru and shiksha guru. The diksha guru is initiating spiritual master and instructing spiritual master. You appear externally in these two forms and internally as a Paramatma. Yes, two ways. Both of them, the Diksha and the Shiksha Guru, they are pure devotees, not just what you have in Mauritius. Everybody is a Shiksha Guru. That is different. Here we are talking about pure devotees, not just any. There are many varieties of Shiksha Gurus, many varieties. But here we are talking about the Shiksha and Diksha Guru who are themselves pure devotees. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura is saying that Krishna appeared in both futures, Diksha and Shiksha Gurus, externally. And they are the expansion of the Paramatma, the Super Soul. What is the Super Soul doing? Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Yenamam Upayantite. I give the intelligence by which the devotees come to me. Krishna gives the intelligence from inside, inspiring them with intelligence to attain you and making us worship you. You reveal to us the goal of becoming an associate of your Lordship in pure Krishna Prema. In pure Krishna Prema, Krishna teaches both internally and externally how to get him. Getting him means what? We become his eternal associate. That means we are full of Krishna Prema. So Krishna does this. And when we attain Krishna, when we attain pure love of Godhead, the more we serve Krishna, the more bliss we get. Means what? Means what? We are eternally indebted to Krishna. How? Because the prema Krishna gives to us is increasing. So our debt is increasing. How will we be able to pay? The debt is always increasing every moment. The more we serve Krishna, the more we think of Krishna, the more bliss we get. The more bliss we get, the more debt, the more of our debt is increasing. Our debt is increasing. That is why we cannot pay our debt. We are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's peon, eternally a debtor. If we will be able to pay is when prema stop. Can we stop prema? No. Permanent life. Permanent life. So we can't stop prema. Therefore, we cannot stop prema increasing in our life. And as well, we cannot stop being a debtor. We are eternally debtor. Eternally. Yes, this is what is happening. And that is the duty of the Paramatma and the expansion of the Paramatma as in the form of the Diksha or Shiksha Guru, the initiating spiritual master and the instructing spiritual master. We already discussed about them. Both of them are pure devotee and they have the same goal. They have the same goal. The goal is to deliver us to Krishna by training. Therefore, we are eternally a Guru's property. We are eternally Guru's property. We should be convinced of our nature that we are eternally Guru's property. We are eternally Krishna's property. And Krishna claims all of us. Sanatana. We are eternally Krishna's children. Eternally Krishna's children. And our position is to release eternal relationship with Krishna in full Krishna Prema by our service. By our service. So the relationship between the Paramatma and the bona fide acharyas is just the same way our relationship is with Krishna. The super soul is expansion of Krishna. So in one sense, it is Krishna doing everything. The Supreme Personality of Godhead expanding himself as Paramatma, so he can accompany all of us. But he's there in the heart of everyone, but not every one of us can recognize him or realize him. Even though he speaks every day, we don't hear him because we are so engrossed in sense gratification. And therefore, our senses have become so dull that we cannot hear what they speak when the super soul speaks. No, Christians saw our helpless situation. So he expand, the super soul expand outside. He come outside from inside, he comes outside in the form of bona fide acharya. What does he do? Now we can see the acharya. We can see face to face. We can see him face to face. And because he looked like us, we can also identify with him or with her normally. How will you feel? How will you feel if yeah, on spiritual master, how will you feel? Your own spiritual master, yeah, guru you love very much, both of you have good relationship. He asking you, hey, Prabhu Mataji, please come to my room. Now you have gone there, which you normally do. You go there to do service and do hear classes or whatever. Now you go is calling you, please come to my office. And you are there in office or in his room. And Guru is telling you, oh my dear devotee, sit down and listen to the instruction I'm going to give you. From today onward, I want to speak some confidential thing to you. So you sit down and hear me. But you're not seeing him. How will you feel? You're not seeing him. He's speaking to you. Speaking very confidential thing to you, but you're not seeing him. All along you used to see him, but today you're not seeing him. But he's speaking something very, very, very nice. How will you feel? Very comfortable. You hear all the wonderful thing, the good instruction he's given to you. My dear devotee, don't worry. This lifetime, I'm preparing to go back home, back to Godhead. So don't worry. And I want you to take your Krishna consciousness seriously. So from now, these things you should be doing. So you like it, you are enjoying it, but you're not seeing him, only the voice. How will you feel? Very nice. Yeah, the instruction is very good and it's helping you. Who will not be happy hearing you are going back to God at this time? Who would be happy to hear that? But you're not seeing him. He's talking, you're not hearing, you're not seeing him. I will feel uncomfortable. I'm enjoying it, but I'll feel uncomfortable. I say, Gurudev, can I see you? Hi, Gurudev, can I see you? You're talking very nice thing to me, but can I see you? I've been seeing you every day. Why is it that today I'm not seeing you? You're talking is okay, but can I see you? I will do like that. I will request Gurudev, show yourself to me. I remember this. When Krishna disappeared, Krishna was dancing with the gopis and disappeared. And he took Srimati Radharani away with other gopis. At a point also, Krishna disappeared from Srimati Radharani. And they were conversing. Krishna was speaking to her. And she was speaking to Krishna. So Srimati Radharani said, yes, my Lord, I know you are here, you are talking to me. But I want to see your transcendental form. I want to see. You are talking to me, it's okay. But and you are hearing me, I'm hearing you, we are discussing. Still, I want to see your transcendental form. Show yourself out. Show yourself to me, I want to see. Show yourself, I want to see. So, yes, we would like to see. So, the super soul, being very kind, came out as a bona fide spiritual master. So we can see him, we can serve his form, We can hear him. We can see how he's living his spiritual life as an example for us. So they are working together. And the bona fide acharya is the expansion of the super soul. The same person expanding. We know that we have different levels of spiritual mastery. At this point, we're talking about that direct expansion of Krishna, the super, as the super soul, standing before us to show us practically how to practice, how to perform devotional service. We will see that by how he is doing a devotional service, how he living his day-to-day Krishna conscious life. We see that, and that is very encouraging. If a teacher is taking the hand of the student and teaching him or her how to write, very sweet. We feel very happy. His presence is there, has effect on us. Than if he's just talking and not doing anything practical. So the physical manifestation of the super soul is a spiritual master. They are together, expanding so they can help us more. They can help us better. They can teach us in a very practical way. So there is a transcendental relationship between them, that they are not different, they are the same. So if we follow the instruction of the Acharya, we will be able to get purified to the point we will also be hearing the instruction of the super soul in the heart. So the one outside is to prepare us, to lead us, to guide us, to help us connect with the one inside. And ultimately, the supreme Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, the beautiful, the ultimate. And we can also do some practical exercise. If you want to realize that, we can do some practical exercise. That every day in our life, every day, we should have a spare time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, when we're not chanting, we're not reading, we're not doing anything. We simply try to listen to the inner voice. We listen to the inner voice. We simply listen to the inner voice. We're not sleeping, we're not reading, we're not chanting, we're not doing anything. But we just want to hear the inner voice, the super soul speaking. And that requires attention. So we have to be silent and look inside. We should look inside. If we practice this regularly, all the great personalities in the world, both materially or spiritually speaking, all of them, they practice this. A time when they try to listen to the super soul, to hear what the super soul is teaching, what the message coming from the super soul. They practice this and make this part of their daily activities. We will make more advancement than what we are now if we practice this exercise. I set aside 20 minutes or 30 minutes every day when we sit silently, free from the noise, sit alone, not talking, not reading, not do anything, no conversation, noiseless place, and try to listen to the inner voice. Many great personalities, they practice this and they become very developed, very developed. Our spiritual practice will be very much enhanced if we follow this practice. It will become our normal life. We practice like this very, very fast because we'll be hearing the dictation of the super soul, which is the main reason why the super soul is accompanying every one of us. He's accompanying us so he can give us instruction. So if we hear those instructions, as Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, it is for our own benefit. It is for our benefit. The same way the spiritual master speaks, he speaks for our own benefit. So if we try to hear them, we will have a wonderful Krishna conscious life. Wonderful Krishna conscious life. So the super soul is always speaking to us in many ways. Many ways the super soul speaks. I have practical life, practical experience, how the super soul speaks. He speaks directly inside. The super soul speaks directly inside. That is one way the super soul speaks. And the super soul also will arrange that somebody else will talk to us. The same thing. I have practical experience. Sometimes not even devotees. I remember sometimes back, I was having a very serious challenge with my temple president. The temple president, I out of my own sweet will, my own nature as a devotee, considering that we should help each other, which is normal. So I advise one of my temple presidents. I advise him that he is putting himself in a position that he is not yet qualified for. Advise him, I told him, Prabhu, you are trying to enjoy the position of a spiritual master. It is too early for you to do this. He became very angry. And he tortured me seriously. He put me so stress. So I was very, very concerned. I was worried about thinking so many things. So one day, somebody came to my office. And at that time, I was serving a BBT shop. There's so many books and people come to purchase. So this man came to the shop and he was looking at all the books. So yeah, I was thinking, yeah, he's going to buy some. So he was looking at all the titles, the books we have. And he would ask me about each of them. I was explaining to him. After we went through all the books there, then he sat down with me. He sat down. I also sat down. Before we were standing and looking at the books. After that, we sat down. And he started to speak to me. My friend, I know you're having a lot of anxiety because of the problem we are having with your temple president. I don't know him, but he was speaking about the problem I was having. He was speaking. So I listened to him. So he spoke and advised me, don't worry, what you are doing is not bad, but it was misunderstood because the devotee did not merit your advice. So you should not worry. Krishna will protect you. Krishna is protecting you. He spoke everything that we're passing through, and as soon as he finished, he just left. He didn't buy any book. He just left. So after some days, I forgot everything. I forgot everything. After some days, then I was wondering, that person just came here. He didn't buy any book. I didn't complain anything to him, and he started talking to me. Something I was experiencing. Yeah, he gave me advice and disappeared without buying the book. He didn't buy any book. So I was contemplating on that. And it became very clear after some time. The super soul sent somebody to come physically and speak to me. And the person disappeared. I have never seen him again till today. I super soul. Always knowing what is wrong with us and making arrangements how to help us. And there are many instances like that. Sometimes some senior devotees, they can just speak to us, and either in a class or individually. They say something. So Krishna, the super soul, can speak to us in different ways. There are many experiences like that. Hmm. Even in a dream also, the super soul comes in a dream as a special master. Come in a dream, he will speak, he give instructions, direct how we should act, attend to every single situation. Sometimes the spiritual master will inform us about something before it takes place. That's a super soul doing that. If something is going to take place, it may be instruction, it may be guidance, it may be a caution, warning. Yes. Don't continue to do like this because it's not helpful. We will notice that, and we should know that before we get chastised for anything, we have been warned, one way or other, directly from the heart, by super soul, or by someone else come like this person came to my office to come and advise me. I should not worry. Before then, he explained everything, all the situation I was passing through. That happened. I also remember, yes, I will mention this one. This one is very significant. Some years ago, in Mayapur, I was in Mayapur and I was feeling very bad. I'm not making advancement. I'm not a good devotee. I was looking at myself and I was condemning myself seriously. Look, what can you offer? You call yourself a devotee, but what can you offer? What can you do? You are not a good kirtan performer. You are not a good preacher. You are not a good pujari. Even though I've been doing deity worship for since my beginning of Krishna consciousness, I was condemning myself. So you don't know anything. You're a fool. You don't know anything. What can you do? What can you do for sure as a devotee? So this was going on in my mind for a long time. And then one day in Mayapur, we went to Gada building to take prasadam. Gada building to take prasadam. Those of you have been to my big kitchen. With festival period, thousands of devotees can take prasadam together. So one day we were taking prasadam, and when I finished my prasadam, I was going to drop my dish plates. And I passed by His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Govinda Maharaj. So he called me. I went close to him, and he said, I want to tell you something. I said, Prabhu, excuse me, let me drop my plate. Then I wash my hand and come. So I went and dropped my leaf plate, washed my hand, washed my mouth, and I came. I sat down with him. And Maharaj said, you know, I met you in Chopati. That time, Srimati Radhani told me something I should tell you. But because I was not familiar with you, I didn't say it. I hesitated. I didn't tell you. And again, as I show you here, the same thing. Srimati Radhani said, he told me the same thing. Talk to this man. That's why I called you. I said, Maharaj, please, tell me. Srimati Radhani is telling you something from, please, I beg you, tell me everything. Don't hide anything. Tell me everything. And Maharaj went into detail. He narrated everything I was thinking for years in my mind. He narrated everything he narrated. And it's something I was thinking very consciously, so I remember everything. Maharaj went into detail, we were talking. He spoke until that very moment, what I was thinking that morning in my mind. That very morning, it was a day, one of the days of a Kirtan Mela. And His Grace, Dravida Prabhu, you know, he's a poet. He's a Sanskrit scholar, a great devotee. So they gave him a time to not kirtan, to recite the the poems he has in his head. He was reciting the scripture, and I went in the temple and I saw him. I had that, I was amazed, and I started to condemn. I said, just see what is happening. Look at all the devotees. What can you offer? His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Govinda Maharaj was, he mentioned that very one also that morning. He mentioned it all to me. I was sitting there and hearing everything. He told me everything. And then he concluded, you should go to the temple room and offer obeisances to Prabhupada and request him to help you. Immediately I finished with him, I went to Radha Madhava temple and listen, offer obeisances to Prabhupada and pray at his lotus feet. I look at Rishi Radha Madhava and I thank them for a wonderful message. These are practical things. I have had a lot of experiences like this. The Super Soul is speaking directly inside, directing devotees, directing even non-devotees. I say non-devotee because they're not like the other person who came to me, not like a non-devotee in the temple. That's why I say non-devotee. And here, Bhakti Dhira Govinda Maharaj is speaking. So Super Soul is directing, is guiding every moment. Every moment. At every moment. The Guru is speaking to us every moment. Every moment. The Super Soul, both inside and outside, they are speaking to us every moment. As I said, they have many. I just mentioned these few. So we can have something to to follow. And I know that some of you also, most of you also, all of you also have the same experience. You have the same experience. Even as we may think we are a neophyte, the super soul is looking at us as our father, and we as his children. So they are speaking both the internal and external expansion. They are speaking always, guiding us at every time. So we have this beautiful, wonderful experience how the super soul, Paramatma, and their chariots are working together in guiding us to come to listen to them more, to hear them more, and to act on that more. Yes, it's Solene Bhattacharya Maharaj wrote many books, and he is communicating with the super soul. The super soul is guiding. The super soul is guiding, directing. So you see the prayers. Look at the prayers. He's communicating with the super soul. The super soul is speaking. Uh, there is one in a beggar series. There is one. My dear Lord, where were you? In this, the communication between him and the super soul is taking place. This is just one. For those of you who are familiar with his book, you can see this is just one. My dear Lord, where were you? And Gurudev is asking the Lord, where were you when? So many incidences he mentioned so many. I just mention one or two. And people in Liberia, one of the countries here in West Africa, Liberia, there was a war, and some people went to the church to pray to God. Some people they went to the church. From their house, they went to the church. They were not killed. The war was very heavy that time. They were not killed, but they were killed while they were already in the church praying to God. It was that time the soldiers came and sprayed all of them bullets. They were all dead. So Gurudev said, Krishna, where were you seeing this happening? Where were you? And Gurudev went on and on and on, and he said, he ended. The Super Soul is saying, I should ask you, where were you? Not you asking me, where have I been? I have always been with you, talking to you all the time, but you never listen to me. So I am always present. I'm always here, witnessing everything. So it is me who should ask you, where have you been? And many like this. Where have you been? All this time we have been here in the material world, not listening to the super soul. The super soul is speaking. I also remember Srila Prabhupada is mentioning how Srila Bhakti Dhira Saraswati came to tell him to take sannyas. But then Bhakti Dhira Saraswati was not physically on the planet. He has disappeared. But he coming to tell him, hey, my friend, take sannyas. He kept quiet. He came again, I'm asking you, take sannyas. Leave home and take sannyas. He continued to speak. So this will help us to understand that we have a very sweet relationship with the super soul and our acharyas. And our children have also the same sweet relationship with the super soul and the supreme soul, Lord Sri Krishna. This relationship is eternal. And as we make advancement in our Krishna consciousness, the relationship will become more and more meaningful, and more appreciative as we continue to make advancement. You will see it before our faces, our eyes, and we will appreciate it more. The more we make advancement, the more appreciation we'll have for this relationship we have. And the more our faith will increase, the more determination will increase, the more affection will increase. Therefore, we should try to value or appreciate what we have. In the wonderful relationship we have with the Super. So sweet, very nice, very nice. So we have everything with us. We should have a confidence in our spiritual masters and follow them very nicely. Follow them, should give our life to them in full confidence. Take, I've given myself to take and use me as like. And in that way, they will smile at us. And I say, yes, come, yes, you are mine. You have always been mine. It's just that you were foolish. But now, by a costless mercy, we have become very wise and fortunate. And it is then we start to enjoy our sweet relationship with our Diksha, Shiksha, and Paramatma. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, you mentioned that the Super Soul is speaking to us at all times.
Yes.
Fortunately, because our senses are very dull, we cannot capture the message. So the question is, what are the things that make the senses becomes dull, that we cannot hear the message?
Yes, we have mentioned many times. We have mentioned this many times. Many times. But we are not tired of mentioning it. We are not tired. So we'll mention it again and again until we hear it. So what is making our senses so dull that we're not hearing the Super Soul? It is our strong desire for sense gratification. We have become absorbed in trying to gratify the senses. You know what we mean? The word absorbed. Absorbed means that we are fully merged into sense gratification that there's no time to hear the Super Soul. Even though the Super Soul is speaking, we are not giving attention to Super Soul because we have merged into sense gratification. No space for Super Soul. That is our problem. So, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Maharaj said, because of our absorption in sense gratification, that noise of sense gratification is so loud that has covered our ear from hearing the Super Soul speak. It's our problem. And that is why Srila Prabhupada is always, every word, every page, Prabhupada is repeating sense gratification, sense gratification, sense gratification throughout. Why? Because this is our problem. Sense gratification takes away our self-interest. Sense gratification takes away our self-interest. So we forget our self-interest. It takes away our attention from our self-interest. So we forget the real self-interest is forgotten. So that is the meaning of the word Maya. We are absorbed in that which is not. So we are lost into non-existence. We are lost into non-existence. All right?
Yes, thank you, Guru. So we don't have question from our side, Guru Maharaj. Maybe we can take question from other devotees.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev. Please accept my most humble obeisances unto your lotus feet.
Hare Krishna.
There's not any question yet. Dear
Okay.
devotee, if you have any question, you can raise your hand. Yes, Sukadev Goswami, Prabhu has raised his hand. You can ask your question, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my prostrated obeisances under the dust of your lotus feet. Thank you very much, Gurudev, for the wonderful class, beloved Gurudev. Beloved Gurudev, it is said that we should be able to differentiate when the super soul is speaking and when the mind is also speaking. So sometimes it is due to the conditioning, or sometimes due to our psychological conditioning. It becomes very, very difficult for us to be able to differentiate when the super soul is speaking and when the mind is speaking. And sometimes we tend to recognize everything people say, or every word that people say based on whatever psychological problem we may be passing through at that moment. We tend to affiliate it or recognize it as maybe this is the word that is coming from the super soul, or this is the word that is coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But sometimes then when we do that action, we come to find out that no, it is not actually from the Lord, it's not the guidance from the Lord. So how do we truly know the guidance from the Lord, the guidance from the super soul, and not just the thought of our own mind wanting us to do things, based on that particular desire or particular psychological problem?
All right. Thank you. Yes, it's good you asked the question. Because it is not only the super soul that is speaking to us. The mind is speaking. Intelligence is also speaking. So which of them can we be sure that is the super soul? The one we should hear and accept. So there is a way to judge that. And we will notice that every time, any given time we want to do something, these voices will come. Every time. The voices will come. Hey, my friend, please do not do this. That is the super soul. The super soul will say, do not do this because it will put you into trouble. That is super soul. And we don't listen to that one mostly. The other voice will come. Oh, my friend, this is what you should do, and you have been doing it since ever. If yesterday you made a mistake, today you have learned from me, so you're not going to make mistake. You have perfect, you are complete. Please don't do it. Even if you don't want to do it, just for today. Just for today is okay. And that is what most of us should follow. That is not the super soul. That is our mind. That's our contaminated intelligence. It is always there, always. The super soul will say, don't do this because it will not help you. But the mind will make it look very beautiful. And because we are very weak, we want to take the one which justify our nonsense. Therefore, we should be very clear that the super soul will tell us something which is beneficial for all the times for us. So I want to break the principle. And the super soul said, don't do this because your spiritual master is watching you. We are all watching you. Don't do this. It's not good. Don't do it. This is sinful. The mind will say, but how many people are doing this thing in this world? How many people are doing it? If your Krishna consciousness, how many people are doing it? Before Krishna consciousness came, were you not a lover of God? Are you sure that this one is better than what we were doing before? Just look, how many people are doing what we're doing? Tell me. You look at it first. And my friend, this thing is very difficult for human beings. God gave us these things. God gave us. If God knows this is wrong, why did He give it to us? These are meant for us to enjoy. That is the stupid mind talking. And give us an intelligence talking, how we should go about getting what we want. Just do like this. Don't go this way. And go this way, you get everything and you're happy. You'll be happy. The super soul will say, my friend, don't do this. Don't do it. That's the super soul. The super soul will tell us the one which is hard. The mind will tell us the one which is easy. And we should know. The day in the Bible, the day in other scriptures. Bhagavad Gita is also there. The road leading to hell is very, very smooth. The road which is leading us to hell is very smooth. There is no four regulative principle for the road leading to hell. The regulative principle is removed. But the road leading to Goloka is very rough. No. Too much. Am I a slave? Yeah, we have been slave all along for our senses. We don't see that. We have been slave all along to our senses. There's no freedom. Too much. The mind will react like that. That's the mind. If you were so said, you are lazy, so you are thinking that that part is correct. But this is what we have been doing since time immemorial. Have you been successful in any? No. So listen to me. So one time more, one time. Next time I will listen, but today let me just do this. I will continue to do nonsense. So this is the difference. All right?
Yes, beloved Gurudev. Thank you very, very much, beloved Gurudev. It's very, very clear. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Prana Hare Prabhu.
Yes, Maharaj. How are you?
Very good. And you?
Nice to see you, Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I have this thing, a very nice session for this. And then my question is basically like our Guru Maharaj is very busy and to be initiated by him, but his association is not available in physical. So how do we think of him all the time that in Krishna consciousness that we practice as per his instruction, and then we should obey his instruction, and we also see that he's monitoring us. So how do we keep in mind of Guru Maharaj? Because if he's not here, our mind also says that, okay, he's not here, let's not concentrate fully on the devotional activities. So how do we keep in mind that our Guru Maharaj remain in our mind all the time?
All right, thank you. Every time we hear this, we hear devotees. Every time I used to hear devotees saying this thing, my Guru Maharaj is very busy. My Guru Maharaj is very busy. My Guru Maharaj is very busy. I always hear this word. And I always get worried in my mind when I hear devotees say this. My Guru Maharaj is very busy. My Guru Maharaj is very busy. What will happen to your wife if every time she comes to you, so I'm busy, I'll see you tomorrow? What will happen to your wife?
Yeah, true. I agree.
Huh? I'm asking. Every time my husband is very busy. My husband is very busy. Oh, dear, I love you so much, but I'm very busy. I will see you next year. I will see you next year. How will your wife feel?
Yes, obviously, Maharaj, I will not treat properly, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. You can hear the Maharaj? I cannot hear Maharaj.
I think that there's some network problem.
Okay. Thank you. So I'll wait.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Where are you? I cannot see.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
how will our children feel? Our dad is very busy. Our dad is very busy.
yeah.
Our dad is very busy. How will the children feel?
It's you feel that ignoring them, they will not feel secure.
Yes. Yes. This is my feeling that every intelligent person should take what you can chew. Does it make sense?
Yes, makes sense.
Yes, we should take what we can chew. Or common people, they say, cut your coat according to your size.
Yeah, true. Agreed. Agreed.
So that's one thing. Now the second thing is our vision, our consciousness, our understanding about our spiritual master. The spiritual master is not just a material being that our relationship will just end with the physical body. No. Our relationship is beyond the physical. So we are singing Chakshudan Dilo J Janme Prabhu say. We have eternal relationship with the spiritual master. That's the bona fide spiritual master. And who is that one? That guru that gives you Krishna Prema. That is your eternal spiritual master. He's eternal. So the relationship is transcendental. So we need to establish that relationship with the spiritual master. That was the idea we presented that little offering, spiritual connection. So help devotees establish relationship to understand the reason, the main reason, or the process we should establish relationship with the spiritual master. So that even if you're not physically present or physically present, we will not have any difficulty. We'll continue to make our advancements without difficulty. So we should try to establish a relationship with the spiritual master. It's not a physical thing, it is a spiritual thing. The mind. What stop anyone from thinking about the spiritual master? What stops us from thinking about our spiritual master? What stops us from praying to our spiritual master? What stops us from hearing this lecture from the spiritual master? What stops us from following the instruction the spiritual master has given? What stops us from that? Nothing. So we should do that. And the relationship is established. And we'll continue to live our life in all circumstances. Make sense?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, I agree with you. Your whatever you said is 100% right. We hesitate sometime, because Maharaj is in India, and we feel that are we the right disciple to talk to him, because his position is quite elevated position, and I feel that my phone will reach to him, so we avoid talking to him. So that is my feeling. It's not that I don't want to. Whenever he's here, then I always try to take his association. But since he's away and there, so I feel little hesitant to talk to him and to discuss anything about that, because we didn't have that like mine. It's my problem. Close relation, actually, like what you have with you. So that is little I think that's my problem.
No, we should do it. It doesn't stop you from thinking of him. It doesn't stop you from praying to him. It doesn't stop you. It doesn't stop you from carrying on his instruction. It doesn't stop you. They will have to go and sit with the Guru face to face. No, it doesn't. It doesn't require that. It doesn't require that.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes. That's what we have to do, and everything is perfect. What it's about this Saraswati has already left the planet. When he's speaking to Prabhupada, go and take sannyas. So the connection is there. So the relationship doesn't stop with the physical absence of the spiritual master's body. No, it's eternal. So we have to make that eternal relationship a visible thing, something which is practical. All right?
My Guru Maharaj had, but I don't have that. I'm not getting that. I mean, now I'll build it. Now I got this thing from you now. Thank you very much, Maharaj. I hope I can.
You do that. You have his picture. Does he stop you from having his picture? You pray to him. Will he say, no, don't pray to me, useless? Will he say that? No, he will not stop you.
No.
Yeah. So we have the right, we have the chance. A son has the right to approach his father or mother for anything. Yes.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Shra Gurudev. We have 3 questions.
All right.
And one from chat. The first question is from Aishwarya Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class today. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, in a purport, Srila Prabhupada says that the instructions of a spiritual master is even more powerful than the providence. How do we understand this?
Yes. If you see in chapter 3 Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, we should not interfere with the karmic sanctification. Leave them. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3. Leave them, let them continue to do their nonsense and suffer. But if your devotee will go to them and say, my friend, please give up this thing. It's not a wonderful thing. Give this thing. Take to Krishna consciousness. So in one sense, we are breaking the order, we are disobeying the order of Krishna. But Krishna will not be angry with us. So Krishna will smile on such devotees who are taking such risks. That, oh, you are acting even better than me. So Krishna is happy to see that with devotees. So we should do that. And in that way, we get Krishna's message very easily. Very easily.
Okay, Shra Gurudev,
Right.
thank you. Yes. Next question is from Jayesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for the wonderful class. What should our prayers be to Krishna daily before we start our japa? Should we pray for solutions to material problems? Can you please teach us with how we should pray?
We should pray to Lord Krishna to give us strength to chant pure japa. We should pray Krishna to give us strength, to give us protection, so that the mind will remain, or the mind will be the one chanting the holy name with us. The mind should chant the name with us. We should pray to Krishna. Pray to Krishna for protection. If we are blessed by Krishna and attain perfection, we will never have any material problems. Never. So, first of all, we should pray to Krishna for his costless mercy for us to become successful in our Krishna consciousness. Then it is not wrong if we pray to Krishna, oh Krishna, please protect me from danger. This material is full of danger or necessary to prompt an accident, whatever. There's no problem. There's no problem to pray to Krishna for that. We can do that. But the main prayer, we should pray to him to help us become a good devotee, become successful in Krishna consciousness, become his pure lover, and have a pure service at his lotus feet. We should pray for that. We should pray so we can change a pure name. That should be the first thing we should do. Then we can make other prayers. All right?
Yeah, sure, Gurudev. Thank you. Next question is from Pallavi Mataji. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. My question is, how to repay to the indebtedness to devotees who really invest their time in our spiritual growth, considering our spiritual growth as their own?
We should pray to them. We should thank them for what they are doing for us. We should beg them for our dullness or weakness. Beg them to forgive us, to continue to help us, even though we are ungrateful. Should pray to them, should beg them to help us to become grateful, to be appreciative of what they're doing, to become loyal to them. Should pray to them that they should always protect us, because we are always under their shelter.
Thank you so much, Gurudev. Next is a comment from Venkateshwar Prabhu. Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for your association. His Holiness Bhakti Madhurya Govinda Maharaj had given me some detailed instructions in 2018. I am trying to follow it. Please bless me that I can follow them. He disappeared in 2020.
Yes. His blessing is still with you. Just follow that and you'll be successful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Gurudev. Next are questions from YouTube. The first question is from Ramcharan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Gurudev. Is the relationship with Prem we get directly related to our indebtedness? So those who are more pure are more indebted. Is it that way? Thanks.
Can you repeat it?
Yes. Is the relationship with Prem we get directly related to our indebtedness? So those who are more pure are more indebted. Is it that way?
Yes, those who are pure, the more indebted, they appreciate more. We don't feel indebted because we don't know, we don't appreciate it, because we're not pure. But those who are pure, they feel more indebted. They are very much appreciative. They feel very, very low, and they never claim anything. They are very, very, very humble and meek because of the advancement. So they know better. So they will act better than us. That is the way it goes. All right.
Yeah, sure, Gurudev. Thank you. Next is a comment from Radhakund Mataji. Sometimes devotees become very sad, thinking I have wasted so much my time, life after life, and now I have very little time. And whatever devotional thing they do, the excitement and happiness is missing.
it is good for us to feel that we have wasted our time. It's good for us to realize that, to come to that point. And now we should try to engage ourselves more seriously in Christian consciousness, since we have come to that realization. And not to feel despondent, oh, okay, I'm useless, I can't do anything, it is too late, I can't do anything. No, it is said that to be late is better than never. So let us take the remaining time we have with us and engage ourselves seriously in Christian consciousness. It will not go in vain. It will produce a very powerful result. No moment is wasted in Christian consciousness. Everything is useful. And according to Bhagavad Gita, it will save us from the most dangerous situation.
Okay,
All right.
Yes, Shagudev, thank you so much. That's all. There's no more question. Jayananda Prabhu, you may conclude.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
So on behalf of all the devotees, Guru Maharaj, we thank you very much. And we pray to have your darshan next Monday, so we can continue the same topic on Guru and disciple Guru Maharaj. Okay, thank you very much,
right.
Guru Maharaj. Shah Bhakti
Hare
Dhira Damodara
Krishna.
Swami.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Each other.
Hare Krishna.